I take light because of its physics properties. Not the romantic way, it's not just another way to portray light, but it's more about the quality of the light that has actually been literally universal foundation for the universe, for the creation of the earth, the plant system, and it's been throughout very fundamental for any civilization. The progress in technology, it was the start of technology, let's say from fire to oil to electricity and to the technology that we all use today. And essentially what I do is try to reconnect those aspects coming from deep history past. And now that the same material becomes part of the technology we use today. For example, like all the technology has for mobiles or machine learning application for artificial intelligence, the whole computing data way of making information available today, which essentially you can trace it back to beginning of languages. So this information, let's say the genetic of information. So all this material, I visualize and I try to make it physical into either as a sculpture or a painting. There is very figurative, like this pile of rock. And this is a painting from a photograph that I make of the backside, like clay rock, like I was mentioning. I do that to push that kind of boundaries, you know, because actually there is no such thing as a old and new. That's why I always do something that looks old or old tradition and something that looks very contemporary. There's no such thing for me as something finished. You know, finish is like hand, it's like that. And I really don't like that concept. I keep this always open. I never know when it's finished. It's not important anymore to me. It's more important that I discover and I try and I push the work as farther as I can. This is another work. These are the cracking paintings, and that's how they start. First, I create the texture, and then later on it might become figurative or it stays minimalistic. This is where I keep some of the material that eventually will turn into sculpture. Like this is a quartz, this is stalactite. This is a fragment of a Balinese temple, which I apply eyes on it, painted eyes. And it's again, it's a Balinese fragment. These are other work in progress. Overexposed. Take you to the storage. This is where I keep the works. Again, this is another sample. This painting here is literally made by, I apply leaves and let the leaves sit and they make the drawing for me. You see two figures sitting in a cave. And this one has like the texture I was showing to you before. Cave is where information starts. That's where I see cave mostly of. It's where we get together, it's where we gather to share information, to protect ourselves. And there is this beautiful parallel to me that we still do the same. Well, we call those, now we have houses, but you know, there's still, the functionality is the same. That's where we go to protect ourselves at night or to sleep, right? So the functionality is the same. My house and studio is the same. This is the part of the studio, and it's connected to the house through this part here. And there is more works here. Here there's another work with the LED lights. I hope it's clear enough for you guys. It's a crowd in a cinema. There are literally so many people in it. It was about 2012, 2011. And when I was thinking about how partially how humankind start to populate different areas of the world, was more than an anthropological resource. As you see, this one as well is a lot of little faces. Look, these are very tiny paintings. Yeah. Well, I cannot imagine that how we populate the world was, masses moving from place to place. We still do today. That's what is immigrants. I am one of them, right? So people move from place to place. So I figured this by putting a lot of people together in an abstract way, like in this one, or like in this one, but crowds. I was painting crowds. And like this is a sculpture from that period, this one here.
So wonderful.
It's a cow, it's a small cow, and it's fully covered with little faces. And this is the garden. And you've probably seen at the entrance of the exhibition, there is like a Greek Roman face made out of resin with a tongue made out of a natural leaf.
Yeah.
And this is where I got the inspiration from. From the garden itself, there is a sculpture where the leaf started to grow out of the mouth naturally. This one. Yeah, and from that, I got the idea to make my own sculpture with the leaf coming out of the mouth. This is, nature did that. I didn't do this. It's like a Balinese dragon. Yeah, I love it. Beautiful piece. Yeah, well, I think this, well, some more sculptures here. Yeah, you have a polo. Sculptures. These are some columns that are made out of pigment, color pigment. So yes, they are column sculpture, but actually it's made out of paint. This is all paint. This is another painting done entirely with leaves. These leaves are sort of 1.80 meters high. They're very huge natural leaves. And I create this kind of pattern by using the leaves itself. Yeah, we're back in the studio here.